Hello and welcome to our essential 6-step guide to the world of renting in 2024. The last few years have seen demand for rental property soar, and the rental game has changed with new rules and rent rises. Before we get into all that you need to know, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and to the Move IQ newsletter. It's the best way to stay in the loop with all of the latest property news, and you can subscribe for free using the link in this episode. Let's get started. It's a competitive market out there, with some landlords selling up, and higher mortgage rates means less renters are able to move out and buy. So you need to be geared up. The first step is to organise your finances. Look at your monthly income and work out what you can afford in rent and bills. You'll need a deposit, so if you haven't already, start saving. A rental deposit is no more than 5 weeks' rent, payable in advance. In some cases, you might be asked to put down a holding deposit, which is paid to reserve the property after viewing. But remember, this isn't the same as signing a tenancy agreement. Once you've done that, the holding deposit can be deducted from your tenancy deposit. You'll also then need to pay your first month's rent. So in effect, you need to have the equivalent of 2 months' rent available. Number 2 is deciding where to rent. Living in a city with great transport links has its perks, but central locations can be more expensive. If you have access to transport, it's always worth looking a little further afield for more affordable options. Remember to factor in any commuting costs though. If you're moving to a new area, try and tour around at different times of day and night to get a feel for it. Step 3 is to familiarise yourself with the different types of rental arrangements. Private renting is when you lease a residential property directly from a private landlord or through a letting agency. It offers flexibility with a variety of property types and locations. You'll need to think about whether you want a furnished or an unfurnished rental, as there are pros and cons to both. Even if a property is unfurnished, you can still expect white goods like a fridge, oven, etc. A different type of private renting arrangement is a house in multiple occupation, known as an HMO. This is a house or flat shared by several people under a single landlord. HMOs offer individual private rooms plus shared living spaces and work for many kinds of renters, including students. A more modern upmarket version is co-living. This is usually a large block of modern housing where renters have their own ensuite room and sometimes a sitting area too, plus shared living spaces and a community-oriented lifestyle. This concept is particularly popular among young urban professionals. Offering more space still are the build-to-rent homes, known as BTRs. This is a growing trend in the UK. These developments are usually blocks of apartments designed exclusively for renting and provide stylish modern living with concierge services and on-site social spaces. Some even have swimming pools and gyms. London has over 100 BTR communities, but you'll find them in cities like Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, Leeds, and Bristol as well. For families, the BTR equivalent is known as single-family homes. Unlike the blocks of tens or even hundreds of apartments, these larger homes are not attached to other properties and usually feature their own outdoor space. Single-family homes provide the benefits of professional management and flexible rental contracts, though they are unlikely to have the add-on amenities like gyms and lounges. Step 4 is to get familiar with the running costs. BTRs and co-living spaces often include all bills, even internet. But private renting means factoring in utilities, water, council tax, broadband, etc. Even if your rental is furnished, you'll likely want to bring your own extra pieces to make it your own. You'll need to pay for contents insurance, TV license or entertainment packages, and don't forget parking costs, if that's relevant to you. Step 5 is to get your paperwork and documents ready so there are no delays when you find the place that you want. Landlords or letting agents will want to screen you to check your finances and stability as a prospective tenant. You'll need proof of identity, such as your passport or driver's license, proof of employment and income, usually 3 months of payslips or tax returns if you're self-employed. Plus, you'll be asked for references from a previous landlord, employer, or someone who can vouch for you. They'll also look at your credit history, so check and see where you might be able to make improvements. Finally, step number 6 is to understand the letting process and scrutinise the tenancy agreement. Whether you rent directly from a landlord or through an agency, your deposit should be held in a secure tenancy deposit scheme. So make sure that you know which one it will be. There are different types of tenancy agreements, so it's really important that you read through any contract thoroughly before signing on the dotted line. Make sure you know the tenancy length. Is it fixed? Is it rolling? Is there a break clause, which is when you or the landlord can end the tenancy before the end of the term? What about restrictions in terms of pets, smoking or subletting? What is expected of you at the end of your tenancy in terms of cleaning or decorating? Will late payment fees apply? In summary, being prepared will make all the difference. Get to grips with the current rental market in the area you're moving to. Keep an eye on your budget and be alert to the small print. And you're on your way to being a very happy renter.